Hey y'all, it's Megan. I wasn't planning on doing a video today, but Angie just called me when I was down at the chickens and said, you gotta come see this. So I wanna show y'all what we're doing real quick, and he's gonna talk to you a little bit about, I think, a pretty sustainable food source. So I just wanna show y'all here.
All right, so you've probably seen in a couple of Megan's other videos that we had our sweet potato slips growing here. And what that is your sweet potato starts. People call them slips, people call them sets. I don't know, they're called all different types of things depending on where you're from. And all you do is take one of your old sweet potatoes and put it under the dirt and wrap it up and let it sprout out. But I just want to show y'all how much, this is our first time of doing it. My grandma's always done it. I've always bought my sweet potato slips from the store in a bundle. And I mean, they were grown locally and everything, but I just never grew them myself. I'd always throw away the old sweet potatoes at the beginning of the year or whatever when they went bad, and start over from scratch with new plants. But anyways, I just wanted to show y'all how many plants come off of one potato. And I'm not being gentle with these things. I'm grabbing that whole bundle right there and pulling the whole potato out of the ground. And just look at that.
And every one of them will grow one sweet potato, or how many?
No, every one of them will grow several sweet potatoes if they're done right. But there's one plant. But look at how many plants come off of each one. And all you have to do is break them off of the parent potato. That little potato right there put off that many. And there's actually more even coming out on it. So I'm going to put that potato back in the ground when I get done. And I'll have more new plants. But you just break them off.
And sweet potatoes are actually in a different family than your regular russet potatoes. That's why they can't be just cut up and put in the ground. You have to actually start them from a plant.
You see that? Each little plant has its own set of roots on it. So each one of those is a plant. Just off of that one potato right there, I started out with one potato. I got enough plants to probably feed a family of 4. Depending on how many sweet potatoes you eat, obviously. But right there's what I've pulled already. And I bet you there's at least, at the moment, a good 150 plants in there, if not more. But these are 2 different varieties. These are a white sweet potato, and these funny leafed ones here are a red sweet potato. The red ones, I've noticed, are actually putting off more potatoes per plant than the white ones did. So, see off of that one potato there, I mean, to me, that is crazy that many new starts can come off of one potato that I literally was going to throw away, and now I've turned it into something that's going to feed us the rest of the year once we harvest these, which will be late summer sometime. I forget how many days. I'll have to go back and look, but I forget exactly how many days it takes for a sweet potato to fully develop. But just look at that, how many plants. Now obviously these are going to be tender. You're not going to stick them out. I mean, well, a sweet potato slip's pretty tough, but yet you're not going to stick them out here in the middle of a field and expect him to live with no water on it, you know, and especially if it's hot outside. So we will, when we plant these, we'll have to put them in the ground and water them. We're probably going to plant them in one of our bigger fields that we've got some sweet corn planted in. I've already got a couple of rows fixed up down there, but I really don't have enough room for this many sweet potatoes, so I'm not sure what we're going to do with the extras. And you don't really even have to worry about, you want some roots on there, but if you break one off, and I know this just from the ones that I've bought from the store, like, even though that's pitiful looking, if you put that somewhere that it can, you know, be taken care of, that's going to grow and it'll be just fine, even with that few of roots on it. So, anyways, yeah, like Megan said, I was up here doing this, and I told her, I was like, you need to come video this, because this, to me, is pretty special.
And so we'll get plenty of potatoes off of these, hopefully, good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. And then next year we'll just start it all over again and never having to purchase anything. The only thing we need is some deep dirt and a place to plant the plants once they come out, right?
Mm-hmm. And like I said, I'm going to put that back in the ground, because if you can see, right there's more new starts coming off. I'm going to put it back in the ground and we'll see what it does. I mean, it ain't nothing but just a little time to cover it right back up. We'll see if they make anything. If they don't, we haven't lost anything. And I think we've got plenty of slips to plant what we're going to have to plant anyway. So we don't really have to worry about it if they don't. But still, I mean, just look at what's left in there. I have no clue what we're going to do with all these sweet potatoes. So we may be selling some sweet potato seeds, giving some away or something. But just like off of that right there, that one little potato, look at how many starts come off of that one potato. So folks, I would say, you know, if you eat several sweet potatoes a year, you could probably put 2 or 3 sweet potatoes in the ground and have enough starts to get enough sweet potatoes to feed you and your family for the whole year.
And sweet potatoes, I think, keep better than regular potatoes.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say. The sweet potatoes store really well. And like I said, these were just potatoes that we were going to throw away, and I was kind of determined that I was going to start some on my own. And so I just stuck a bunch in the ground, and this is what I got. Now here's one that I'm not sure that might live. If I put that somewhere where I could really keep it watered, it may would grow roots and live, but I'm not 100% sure that that right there will live where it doesn't have any roots on it yet. So that one I don't know about. I may stick it over here to the side and see if we can keep it going.
And sweet potatoes are actually a better source of vitamins and everything else, more so than a russet potato. They're full of vitamins, and they're very good for you.
And if any of you watching this see something I'm doing wrong that's done this before, please let me know, because I've never done this, and I'm just doing it.
We're just winging it.
Yeah. But it's crazy. Like, look at, I mean, that right there is a healthy start. It's already vining. And usually these white potatoes that we have here, they'll grow long vines, and everywhere that vine touches the ground, it'll start where you have like a, hang on one second, where you have a bud coming off of that vine. If that touches the ground, that'll root, and most likely there'll be a potato underneath that bud. So not just where you planted a potato, but anywhere the vine vines out and it's rooted into the ground, you'll probably have a small potato off of that. But now these red ones, I've noticed, tend to stay a little more bushy, and they don't run like these white ones right here.
So thanks for watching. Go out there and plant you some sweet potatoes and have them year after year. And I hope you learned a little something, and I'll talk to y'all next time.